Manchester United 3, Ipswich Town 2. How you doing, Dan? Good evening.
Yeah, evening, Ahmed. I'm good. How are you?
Are you happy with the results? Are you happy with the performance?
Obviously, with the results, I'm happy. This will be our first win, second win rather, under Amorim. The first was his first game at Old Trafford. I'm talking first, second win rather in Old Trafford under Ruben. His first win was against Everton, and then since then he has gone five games without winning, and then today on the night, he has won against Ipswich. So obviously, I think every Manchester United fan will be happy. Scrappy win, but then I think I'm happy with it.
So let's talk about the first goal that Manchester United conceded. Who are you
Uh,
blaming it on? Is it Onana or miscommunication?
to be honest, it's just a miscommunication because I thought Dogu had done brilliantly by covering up the space and being right in front of the defender. The defender, to be honest, had no the offensive player Philogene now had no chances, if you ask me. So I didn't understand why he had to nick the ball again off. Maybe he thought that maybe he didn't judge the distance between he and Onana perfectly well, and then he thought that okay, probably he needed to touch the ball, flick it slightly for the ball to get them to but it is what it is, to be honest. Like, it's a sad one. Obviously nobody wants to see their team in such kind of defensive dilemma. So it was, for me, I just thought it was a bit of miscommunication, obviously, with the level of whatever going on right now in Manchester United. It was like, when it happened, it was like, wow, what a game, to be honest. Yeah.
When Manchester United conceded, I was like, hey, God, not today now, not this night.
Right.
Why did
To
you
be
want
honest,
to this night?
prior to this game, Manchester United had not scored a first half goal in 11 games. Sorry, in 19. Am I right? Is it 11 or 19 games? I can't remember the figure now. We haven't scored a first half goal.
First half goal, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So when it happened, I was like, wow, again. It's like, but then,
I feel, in my opinion, Dogu had I will not say an off day, but he had a bad night today.
I think everything was
But
set
he
up
was
against
good.
him.
He
Yeah,
was good. Everything was just against him. Like,
I think everything was set up
when
against
I
him.
saw that tackle, I was like, no.
No, and it was straight red. I called it. I didn't even need a replay. When I saw it happen, I called it. With my mates, when I was with my mates, I called it. I was like, this is a straight red. I didn't even think he needed a VAR, to be honest. I don't think he needed that lengthy, review. Not at all. It was straight red, and
But before he was
just
sent
as
off, he was having this his combination with what's it called, with Garnacho.
Garnacho. Yeah, I was about to go there. Like, on the night, as long as football was concerned, on the defensive side, linking up with Garnacho, and then providing the width where you could see the long diagonals from Bruno and Maguire, finding him, sending those long balls, and he's able to pick those balls, bring them down that control, swinging crosses. So he was basically having that good day on the general play, and then he's now led to the first goal and then picked up the red card. So basically, just I thought it was just one of those nights. But I think every good player at some point in their career, or every players with some level of potential at some point in their career, to be honest, have always had those days that it seemed like the whole world was against them and everything was crashing up on them. But sad night for him. Obviously, he can only look good thing at the end of the day. Manchester United was able to bounce back and nick a victory. So at the end of the day, I think this night is one of the nights that have gone into his books where he will never forget. It will always be at the back of his mind, to be honest, for the rest of his life, if you even ask. Because but for me, I think I'm liking the guy. I think he's a good steal. His age, the price, his wage, I think he's a good steal. Like I'm saying, I think we've always said this thing. I think we shouldn't go for these big names. I think when you go for these not so, popular players, it takes away pressure from them. There's the pressure of this fame and popularity prior to coming to Old Trafford. I think it takes it, because right now nobody actually is giving or gave Dogu a chance, and then he's coming. He's played well right now. I think this is third or fourth game, and then he's played so well. He's good on the ball.
That's what Ferguson was doing now when he was coaching Manchester United. Signing the best young talents.
To be honest, before he came, they were talking about his pace and power. But I think something that wasn't talked about so much is about his technicality on the ball. The lad is quite good on the ball. The way he touches the ball, he has this feel around the ball, giving me a bit of that ever feel. It's been a while since we saw. I think Luke Shaw, younger Luke Shaw, had that feel again. When he was like, the way he's able to bring down the ball, give those passes and then his movements and that. And again, I think the guy is also a decent crosser of the ball. So to be honest, I think it's only going to get better for Patrick. I'm just hoping that he's going to be about a part of the crop of the young guys whom probably in the next couple of years we'll be looking at, to cement their places, on the roster.
Looks like Manchester United worked on their set pieces. Let me say their set piece routines this week. Because if you look at our game against Everton, they scored from a free kick. Yeah, I think the second goal Manchester United scored against Everton was from a corner kick, right? That's if I'm not mistaken. It was from a corner
Yes.
kick. And today they
Yes.
scored 3 goals from set piece. That's
Um,
two corner kicks and 1 free kick, right?
I,
So
want, I want to I want to
is it
take you
time
back.
for you to praise the set piece coach?
Obviously, I want to take you back as far as the last 5-6 games that Manchester United have played. They have actually been better defending set pieces, to be honest. I think they only sort of were a bit shaky in the Tottenham game. I think it was just in the Tottenham game that I saw them a bit shaky. But then again, they've actually, there are facets of the game that the team have sort of like, or will I say, beginning to get together. Just as you have pointed out, set pieces, and this time around, not just offensive set pieces. They are being able to defend set pieces better now than when Ruben took over. I think Ruben's first 14 or 15 games were a mess, to be honest, and that's why I said I could date it back to the last 5 games. So, um, uh, we're beginning to see, it's hurting, to be honest. If you look at the league table and you look at how low Manchester United is on the log, it's actually hurting, to be honest. And someone like myself, I've also been critical with the manager about like not wanting to tweak his style of play in some certain games just to get results and that. But if you really look at it from a tactical point of view, I think the team is beginning to understand the shape, understand positioning, but it's just about the combinations, and then I think those combinations are gonna come back off confidence. And the only way this confidence is gonna come is from winning games or not just losing games. Having nights like tonight where you are able to, dig deep into your reservoir and then get something out and pick up the 3 points. So it's going to happen, to be honest. I'm so confident it's going to happen, and that's why I'm not saying let the manager go, to be honest, but I'm just saying the manager should be, you know, for instance, for me, I didn't see the reason why he took out Ganacho as early as he did. I thought he would have let Ganacho stay on the pitch probably and then take him out, halftime, because there's something substitutions does to a side. It affects the side psychologically. The very moment you've taken off Ganacho, who was having almost a field day on the left, side for Manchester United offensively,
Maybe
and
you
you've
agree that
taken
the
him.
Ganacho is not a player that tracks back.
But to be honest, I thought you just had about 3-4 minutes to the halftime whistle. Thought you could have just sort of like seen how you could manage that, and then you've taken him off, and then back at the end of back of the of it. Manchester United has gone to concede a goal, and then it seemed like everything was going against him. So for me, I think that was one action by the manager today that I was critical about, to be honest. But I think apart from that, the team sort of like managed the game. Nothing. We right now going to Old Trafford, to be honest, like we just go there being hopeful. We really don't expect anything because nothing aside from the worst, to be honest. So to be honest, I thought that the game would have ended 2-1. I predicted it 2-1 in favor of Manchester United, but then I thought it would also be like a hard fought 2-1. At the end of the day, it was a hard fought 3-2. If I much more than anyone would have even imagined. So it's just a good result. Sorry, good performance, but then excellent result. One that we have to hold on to for our dear lives and see how we can go forward from here.
All right,
And,
Dan.
and, and sadly, we are going to be without a Patrick for the next 3 games. Yeah.
All right, Dan. Thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Shortly before you leave, I think it's only right we give a big shout out to Joshua Sexy. I think he's beginning to sort of like grow
Your
into
guy.
the Premier League. Yeah, I was
The guy
critical
that
of
you've
him.
criticized, like,
Yeah,
come on.
I was critical of him, to be honest. Like, but I think it's high time, we began to give him his flowers. To be honest, the lad is quite very decent. His ability to, control the ball from the air, mid-air, on the ground, bring it down under pressure. I mean, intense pressure, and he's able to control the ball, bring other players into play. I think
But that
it's
was
only
what
about.
that was what he did at Serie A. You know that.
Yeah, I think it's only time before we begin to see, his inputs going forward. I think if he's able to get like 4, 5, 6 games like this, you know, and his morale is going high and the team is able to play well and we're beginning to get balls into the box, I think he's going to be able, because he's not even really the first guy. I think he goes for more for like the cleanup, the second balls in the 18 yard. I think we'll begin to see him score goals. Also, I thought, to be honest, I thought Hoyland had an excellent game today, to be honest. I think I saw less of him fighting with the central defenders. I saw more of those diagonals, him coming to link up on the wide and try to go in and expect the balls and long ball. Yeah. So again, I thought it was a decent game again by Lenny Yero. A man down. In fact, if you ask me, the entire back three for me just had a decent game. I know a couple of errors there because there were at some point I thought they made it very easy for Delap, to be honest. But I thought, particularly in the second half, I thought they held their own. And Lenny again was excellent under pressure, to be honest. I think today maybe is about his best game ever in the Manchester United jersey. And I'm just speaking with hope, to be honest, that probably this may be the beginning of something, decent for us. We know the season is lost, but I think we need as much points as we can grab going forward. Yeah, every win, every point, every draw is important. As much games we should not lose, any more games going forward. I know it's a very difficult ask, but then again, I think it's something the team can do, because I think we saw again the fighting spirit in the squad. To be honest, today we saw them keep up the shape. We saw them hungry, plunging into tackles. Casemiro came in, Ericsson came in. Everybody who came in was, dogged. They were really ready to fight, more like being abrasive and that. So I'm just hoping that going forward, this is maybe, the beginning of something new
All
for the
right,
side.
Dan. Thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
you next
Thank you for having
time.
me, Ahmed. Yeah, have a good evening.